Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lovely Ben of Love's World, Sew with Lovely Ben. In today's video, we'll be learning how to draft a basic mini skirt pattern. So if this is what you're interested in, please stay with us in this tutorial. Now the measurement for this tutorial will be our waist to hip, our waist to knee, which will serve as our full length. Then the horizontal measurements will be our waist circumference, our hip circumference, and of course our knee circumference, which will still serve as our full length. This will serve as our starting point. That's also our waistline. You can call it your waistline or your starting point. Then here now will serve as our center front. Yes, our center front. Now we'll start imputing our measurements. We first impute our waist to hip, which is 8.5. The next measurement will be our waist to knee. Remember, this waist to knee will be our full length. So we will impute our 19.5 as our waist to knee. Now using our ruler, we'll have to connect the points on our hip, but I will not be making use of this pencil. I'll be making use of a marker for a clear picture of what we are doing. So I will use my marker and my ruler to connect the point. After connecting these lines, this will serve as our waistline. We'll come down to the knee. We'll use our ruler and our marker to connect the points on the knee. I will record here our waist, record here our hip line, then I will come down to the knee line and record as our knee line. The next measurement to take will be our horizontal measurement. That is our round measurement. So my waist circumference is 7. My waist is 28. 28 divided by 4 will give you 7. So I will record my waist circumference from center front to be as 7. I'll come down to the hip line and impute my measurement as 9.7. That is 39 divided by 4. Then I'll come down to the knee line and impute my knee circumference as 7.7. After doing so, we'll be using our French curve to connect the point from waist to the hip. So remember, this is how the French curve is placed. The curviest part will always be at your hip line. Don't ever do the mistake of turning it to be on the waist side. Make sure that your the curvy part of your French curve is always on your hip line. I will connect the point from waist to the hip. Then I will use my ruler to connect the point from hip down to the knee line. After doing that, I will just close up this sharp edge on the hip point. Make sure to close it. It will be all for the front pattern. The next thing to do now is to go over to the back pattern. But first of all, I will record this as the front pattern. Yes, this is the front pattern. I will record it to just avoid any confusion during this tutorial. Yeah, you can still even call it your center front, your front pattern, or your center front. But remember that the right side of this paper is your center front, then the left side is your side front. Yeah, so this will be the end of this front pattern. Now let's go over to the back pattern. Because my front pattern is already at the first edge of this paper, I will be using my left hand side as my center back. Then I will be using the right hand side as my side back, the left side as my center back, and my right side as my side back. So all my measurement for this back pattern will come from my left side. You can still, when drafting, you can still use the right side as I did for the front pattern, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm trying not to waste my paper, so I'll be using my left side as my center back, while I use my right side as my side back. I hope you understand it. Please, if you get any part of this tutorial confusing, just leave a message for me on the comment section. I will attend to you. The next measurement to impute is our waist to our knee. Our waist to knee, which is 19.5. I will connect the points on the hip line and label as our waistline. I'll connect the lines, then come down to our knee line and connect the points and label as our knee line. Then I will record here as our waist, our hip line, and our knee line. Our knee line. After doing so, I will record here as our center back, come over here and record as our side back. Now I will start imputing our horizontal measurement. From my center back, I will impute my waist circumference, which is 7. Remember, our waist circumference is 28. 28 divided by 4 will give you 7. I'll come down to our hip line. From my center back, I will impute my hip circumference, which is 9.7. Our hip circumference, which is 9.7. Then I'll come down to my knee line. Please just pay attention here. You remember in the front pattern we recorded our knee line as 7.7, but for this back pattern we will bring down this 9.7 on the hip line. We'll bring it down to knee line. Don't worry, we will still arrive at our 7.7, our initial 7.7 knee line, but for now we'll bring down our 9.7 down to the knee line. Then I will use my French curve to connect the points. Remember that the curvy part will always be at the hip line. Then I'll connect the point from the point on hip line. I'll connect the point on waistline to meet the point on hip line. Then I will use my ruler to connect the point on hip line to meet the point on knee line, just as you see me doing. I will cover the sharp edge here, just shed it a bit to cover the sharp edge for it not to affect you when transferring to your fabric. So now remember, I brought down the 9.7 on our hip line down to the knee line. The next thing I will do now, just to get back to our 7.7 initial measurement, I will minus 1 from the side back on knee line. Just as you see me doing, I will minus 1 from the side back on knee line. I will minus 1, then I will go over to the center back, still on knee line. I will minus 1. I will use my ruler to connect the point on center back to meet the point on our hip line, still on the center back. Then I will still use my curve. I'll still use my French curve to connect the new point on the knee line to meet the new point on the hip line, just as you are seeing me do. Please remember, the way I'm placing this French curve is not the way it's supposed to be. I know why I did it that way, because I have already gotten my curve. Please don't even make the mistake of placing your curve on the curvy part of your curve on the waistline. Please don't make the mistakes. So now the previous line will be out. We'll now be making use of the new line created on this knee line. I'm trying to take my measurement there. If you can see, we have arrived back to our 7.7. Now we have our 7.7. Now if you want to cut this paper, you cut through the new line up to the waist. You will cut through the new line up to the waist. The previous line that we created is out. We are now making use of the new line that we created. If you find any part of this video confusing, especially this part that I'm talking about now, please just leave a message for me. I will direct you more on that. Now I will still take my measurement, check my measurement to make sure that I'm still on the right track. Yeah, now everything now is okay. My waist measurement is 7, my hip measurement is 9.7, and my knee measurement is 7.7. Remember, if you are cutting on the new line on center back and on the new line on side back. Now I will record here as the back pattern. This is our back pattern. I'll record it as our back pattern. This will be the end of this tutorial. In my next video, I will be teaching you and showing you how to cut this pattern, how to transfer on fabric, and how to sew, finally to make it become a full skirt. Please, if you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe, like and share. To my returning subscribers, thank you for always staying with us. Please do more to share to your friends and family. Thank you. See you in my next video. Bye.